dominating lead over this race, and he's just running super strong all night long. I am really impressed by what he's doing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic Valerero. He gets clean air, goes out front, and just hot laps the field. And as Joe hot laps my ears with his keyboard, just slamming away.
You know, it wouldn't be an OCRP race without the mechanical keyboard, as Violet Black noted quite a while ago. It just wouldn't be the same.
What kind of switches are those?
The loudest and most clickiest of all time.
Those MX Blues?
They're Ultra Blues, baby.
My God, it sounds like you got TNT under every single one of those things.
Basically, I mean, when I went in, I said I want the hardest keyboard. I want to get a workout of my fingers every single time, and in the most constructive way possible, not the usual way.
Do you live with anybody? Like, are you in your house alone? Like, do you have roommates or family or?
I live with old man Cortez.
Okay.
And he can't hear, so.
Well, after listening to your keyboard, who could?
I mean,
he's got permanent hearing damage.
But at 67, you don't expect old man Cortez to hear, which is both to my benefit and to my detriment.
I'm just messing with it. All right, we're back here racing. Jason Lance still here in fourth place, but we got a battle brewing. Who's that? Joel Brown in the Flowmobile out of nowhere, making a push for that fifth position, and he does so. Joel Brown with some really good speed there as he passes Kyle Carpenter. And looky, it's Nick Sargent from the Truck Series, your champion, as he tries to also pass Kyle Cleveland and sets him up. Jeff, you just let us know when you get going, buddy.
Yep, you got it, man. I'm working on it.
Yeah, no rush.
We're about
no rush.
We're gonna
do a simulcast all night long now. We're gonna see. we're gonna just simulcast everywhere. In fact, Ryan, I'm actually honored. This is the first time I've ever been on your channel since the big move.
We'll enjoy it while it lasts, because I'm not doing a simulcast the rest of the night. Once Jeff, because you know what? If Jeff is live, we'll have yours as a backup, just in case. It was really just a rush to put it up.
And I'll put it this way: Jeff's stream is absolutely the premier number uno stream. That's a broadcast stream. The Joe Cortez show is going to be the party stream from now on. You want to get yourself a cold beer and a Hebrew National hot dog? You know where to go.
I don't want to go to a party with a beer and hot. I don't want to go to a beer and hot dog party. I don't know, whatever party you're throwing, I don't want to go to that one.
Well, what can I do to entice you to hang out?
Sausage party. Actual sausage party.
Yes, it's a literal sausage party. What more do you want?
All right, I thought we were past the hot dog Hebrew National, so I guess it's back. It's rearing its sausagey head. But enough of that. Let's focus on the racing here, gentlemen, shall we? And we got some good racing. Hopefully, I'm seeing some battles going on back here. Maybe. Nope. Oh, we got somebody in the pit wall. Robert Webb having some issues as he brings it down pit road.
Not sure what exactly happened to Webb's car, but he definitely is hurting down there. He's gonna have to come down pit road. Looks like he's just kind of cruising it down there.
Well, not sure what happened there, but good for us that we're back. Still green flag. But how about Joel Brown? Do I have these tools? Heck yes, I got these tools. Started 20th up to 5th place. 15 positions changed. Joel Brown's showing some excellent speed there as
We're back.
Jeff's. We're back. Okay. Bye, YouTube. Love you. Go to twitch.tv/jfavignano.
Thank you.
Really, I don't want to do the work. I love you.
Yep, watching right here. And go ahead and tell me what's going on. I'm watching right back here. They got Wes Graham and a whole gaggle of cars here. Gaggle, not giggle.
Oh, gaggle.
Gaggle of cars. And Gray to the inside there for second.
Here, side by side, they continue to go for second, and it will be Charles Gray picking it up over Wes Graham, and here comes Jason Lance as well. He wants to pick off your points leader, and and look who's behind them as well. It's the 43 of Brown. He wants to get some of those flowing locks in this race as well.
And Wes is using the middle line there. He's going to let Lance go. Lance gets loose underneath him a little bit there.
So now the entire field, that entire second group is shaken up. It was Favignano who remains out front, Gray in second, Lance in third, and now Graham being shuffled backwards. He's going to be in position number 4 with Brown in the top 5.
You guys can keep on calling. I'm just getting a few more things together.
I'm just getting some few things together myself.
All right, no problem. You got it.
Just keep talking until somebody tells me to shut up. Favignano continues in the lead. Gray, Lance, Graham, and Brown, your top 5. Joe Carpenter, the 77 machine, having a strong showing in 6th. And look who's also moved his way up. After burning both those quick repairs, it will be the 55 of Joe Ogle. He's up there as well. Sargent, who's second in points, needs to start picking up the pace here if he wants to have a shot at the championship next week. He's in 8th. 4 positions away from Wes Graham, and the rest of the field just kind of scattered, smothered, and covered, if you will. Alex Reno now finds his way into the top 10, but he's got some challenges from the fan favorite Bay Area Bugs, who's now position number 11. Let's also give a shout out to Guzman, Spells, Bearder, all these guys running strong in the top 15. We did not expect them to run so hard, but here they are. So lots of great racing. Now they've got the bugs shaken down. They've got the tires warmed up. They've got everything figured out. We are back to green flag racing, and green flag racing we are doing. Wes the Mess, the 88, under fire from the 43 of Brown. Brown has just got a strong car, the Garnier Fructis machine, Ford Mustang behind him. He seems to be running the preferred line. He seems to be diamonding these corners very well, while Wes looks like he's having some trouble with that car. He did come down pit road. He did get 4 tires and a full tank of Sunoco virtual racing fuel, and you see him now. He is blocking. He's trying to stop everything he can to keep Brown from moving forward, but he can't do it. There's something wrong with the 88, and he is not happy by that machine. Score him 1 more position down as Brown looks to take that away.
Reset all my
Take a
sounds.
breath, Joe.
So people are hearing the drivers talking right now.
Good work, my man.
There we go. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that.
All right, I want to give a quick shout out to all the people watching on Twitch. Thanks for sticking with us through those tech issues. Internet decided to cut out on Jeff there, so thanks for sticking with us and jumping over streams and all that. You guys are awesome.
And Joel Brown's trying to complete that pass on Wes Graham off of turn number 2. Look how squirrely they're getting here. I'm going through the time screen. I'm trying to find out what happened during that entire break there. Sorry about that.
Well, Favignano still leading. Gray is second place, but kind of the story right now is Joel Brown out of nowhere coming up to P4. Is your story. Look at those locks. And you know what? I wasn't going to say anything because I saw him down there starting low, but he's always got a fast car, just runs into issues throughout the race. So hopefully he can keep it clean. Please pass. Oh, never mind.
Brandon Bugs. 81. Hard really damage.
Nice job in that restart. Way to keep your speed up.
We'll find out what happened to him here.
Brandon Bruggs will bring out the 5th caution of the evening. Let's go down to the track site and see what happened.
Hard hit.
Oh, right just there. Lost it. It looks like almost the air came off, the downforce came off the back end of the 81 Mountain Dew Ford Mustang, and he just lost it. The car just snapped on him, and without any downforce to keep that car going in the right direction, you know what? He might have actually grabbed the apron there. He might have accidentally touched the apron, and would have pushed his car out of balance.
I think you're right. I think that's exactly what happened there. Watching again. He didn't get on the apron. Just loose. And well, I mean, I don't think the tailwind was helping.
No, that tailwind did not help at all. It just, like I said, the way he wiggled, it looks like the downforce just got off the back of that car and caused all of that to happen. Let's go down to Tony Wilson on pit road. Tony, what's everyone doing down there?
We got 14 cars on pit road right now. Everybody's just going to take those 4 tires and fuel. Tonight, every chance they get to come down pit road, you're going to see these guys taking tires because they told me in practice at about 10 laps, you feel the tires starting to go away. At about 11 laps, you really want to come down and get some new tires. So they wear out quick here.
Guess who didn't come down pit road? Joel Brown and Alex Reno.
And if I'm Joel Brown and Alex Reno, I think that's a strong strategy move right now. They're going to lead some laps. They're going to stay in front of the guys. Oh, nope, here they come down pit road right now. Or at least the 43 of Joel Brown does.
That's smart. Get some fresh tires. You'll just get run over if you're not on fresh rubber out there. So that's smart. They came down. And Bay Area Bugs has used his first fast repair. So that first hit he had, he didn't use his fast repair. He might have just got some actual repairs done. And maybe he didn't get them all done, which is why the car has been a little squirrely. But he gets a full reset now. And he is currently your first car that is a lap down.
You're exactly right, Ryan. He was running with damage, and that's what caused him to get loose there. So we should see him running some more consistent laps now.
Yeah, because that's what happened when that toe was all damaged. Yeah, he's been just battling it for a while, and we saw that before we had all the technical difficulties. But Favignano is still your leader, so he will get the lucky dog wave around here shortly. The 81 will.
Ryan, I just gotta be honest with you, and I think you'll agree with me. It's always smart to always use fresh rubbers. Just generally speaking, just good rule of life. On the track, on your own personal car in general, always smart to have fresh rubbers on with you all the time. And if you're here, you definitely want those fresh, brand new 4 Goodyear Virtual Eagles underneath you to keep you going in the right direction.
Yeah, yes, Joe. That is correct.
I mean, you're the one who said it. I'm just reassuring what you're saying here.
I just said it's good to be on fresh rubber. I think the
81's got to watch. Okay, I was about to say he's about to get a black flag from the league for hitting the pace car there. Making Harry Hogg proud. Well, it's been a wild one so far, that's for certain. And the moment we got all the green flag racing, well, that's whenever we had the Windows update issues. And I can tell you, had 2 of those bad boys. Had one, had the blue screen happen, which it didn't like me going back to check out what happened to Nick Gould. That's whenever it gave it up. And then it blue screened and then it crashed. And then it had Windows updates. And then it crashed again. And then it had another Windows update. And then it figured it out. So good old Windows updates for the win.
You can't call it Windows update issues. You got to call it you got to make fake lore for the iRacing. There's like a thunderstorm came through. One of our towers went down.
Oh yeah. RP never does.
Intensifies. All right, we're going pace cars in. Jeff, you got the call, my man.
All right, Leonard Favignano, your control car to the Geico restart zone. We'll be restarting everybody on lap 81. Green flag in the air.
Rolling good in front of you there.
Green flag flies, and Favignano's off like a shot out of a cannon. He is down and away, and he is back to green flag racing. Everybody else fighting for scraps as Charles Gray takes second handily with the rest of the field looking for where they want to be.
Look at that 55 of Joe Ogle. What a run he's had, from that earlier incident and just keeping pace forward. He is not shaken by that by any means with the top 10 run right now.
We did see some problems earlier with that 05 car, so hopefully them going 2x2, they'll keep it straight. But we are here with Jeff Spell, Zachary Guzman, and Robert Bearder. Good battle back here as Joel Brown, we saw him up to P4, but he is caught in this mix in the back of the field. And he wants to get back where he was. I think he liked being top 5. I like being top 5. I like seeing him top 5. Get back up there, Joel.
Almost got in the wall a little bit there. We saw the 13 smack the wall off the corner. That's why we started following that issue back there. But he was able to get it going straight again. I think everybody's been kind of tagging the wall off of 4.
Well, again, that's just a matter of managing the tires, managing the car underneath you, and being able to work this track no matter what you've got on the car. If you run it too hard, especially off of turns 2 and 4, this car will slide on you. You will end up in the wall, and it will absolutely hurt your forward momentum. Now, that being said, aerodynamics are not as big a deal here at the Monster Mile. You still want as clean a car as possible, because this way you don't have to worry about fighting the damage and the car. You just have to focus on who's in front of you and who's in behind you.
Now, Jeff, we've had 3 cars retire. Just an update for everybody. We had the 91 Mobile of Robert Webb, 89 of James Hilton, and that 6 car of Clint Spells have all parked it for the night.
We're watching here as Graham is taking more of an aggressive approach. He's not out of the throttle too long. He's running that middle to low line right now, and he's using up his right front. It's go time.
Hey, Jeff, is it that time for a little Let's Get Loud?
I don't think we have the ability to, unfortunately.
Let's stay quiet then.
We'll stay quiet.
I can get loud for you guys.
We're not gonna stay quiet. We got Joe
I
up
can get loud.
next.
Let's get loud. I'll put in the sound effects for you.
Oh, here, I'll get Joe Cortez loud. Here we go.
Look, just because people like talking to me, just because I'm a friendly guy, just because I'm keeping the chat lively and trying to get that hype train for Jeff Favignano, twitch.tv/JFavignano, just because I'm trying to get that hype train going doesn't mean you have to hate on the keyboard ASMR.
I'm not.
Well, since we had some craziness, let's go ahead and just go through the field here and show you where everybody stands right now. Leonard Fodorero with a 2-second lead on Charles Gray. He is in second. He started third, and here comes Lance trying to take that position away. Jason Lance on the pole, has a lot of speed. He's at the inside of 87 trying to take that position away, but look at this. It's going to open the door for the 88 of Wes Graham. That has started fifth, and he's in the fourth position right now. Behind him, the 77 of Kyle Carpenter started fourth, running fifth right now. Joe Ogle started 11th, had that earlier issue right now, running P6. P7 to Nick Sargent got the championship in the truck series, trying to do the same here tonight. And moving on to Jonathan Orendorff, having a great run, started 21st, has a lot of speed in that car right now, and he is running P8. P9 and Nick Gould had that earlier incident right before we had the technical difficulties. He's running P9, and rounding out the 10, what a great run right now for that 26 of Zachary Guzman.
This field has been shaken up a little bit since the start of this race, but we're staying on board here with Zachary Guzman. Nick Gould gets loose. Robert Peter avoids it. They stay straight, but he's going to have a lot of damage in that 14.
Yeah, he's hard in the wall there. He's got to try to slow down in front of the field. That's the 70 of Rick Evans and Brandon Buggs behind them, trying to avoid that mess. He's on pit road.
Able to keep it off out of the field, though, and out of trouble. He will come down to pit road, get that quick repair, or at least do as much as he can, and get back on track. Custom a couple laps, but hey, we're back. We're still green flag racing, coming up to the halfway point of this race. And at halfway, my biggest question right now is, who's got anything to challenge Fodorero with? And more importantly, if Graham, Sargent, and Buggs have the nights that they're having, with Graham in 4th, Sargent in 7th, and then Buggs in 12th, 13th, could this open the door for Fodorero to pick up a big win?
Absolutely, Kevin. I'm watching at 77.
Yeah, I was just going to say Carpenter's a dark horse out there. But I think the only things that are going to stop Fodorero is your lap cars and your cautions, because he's a missile out there right now. So go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, you were fine. I'm just saying, I was watching the 77 to Carpenter having a great run right now, P5, and he's challenging these two. He's liking the 88 and the 87 racing as hard as they are right now, because he's been able to just stay right there in the spot he needs to be.
And sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. Sometimes as you watch him run along that Smokey and the Bandit Chevrolet, rebadged for instead of a Firebird, if you see him running there, sometimes discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Definitely, you have to run smart. You have to run all your lines correctly, and you just have to be okay running in line with everybody. Wait for the guy in front of you to make a mistake. That's when you can pounce and start moving forward.
Speaking of moving forward, the 81 of Brandon Buggs, after having that incident, bounced back, got his lap back with the lucky dog, and right now he's in 12th, and he's running down the top 10.
Nick Gould back on the track, but he is slow, and he's going to be a slow car out there, and that is going to be a bit of an issue for these guys trying to pass him. But we're out front here with Fodorero, and you can see he's 2 seconds ahead of the field. Jason Lance, just a speck in that rearview mirror. But this has been a hot battle for P3 here between Gray and Graham. These guys have been battling all race.
Yeah, I'm watching the battles here. You got the 87, the 88, and then behind them is Joe Ogle and Kyle Carpenter. And Joe Ogle, I mean, coming out of nowhere tonight and just putting on a great show. He's up to P5 right now after starting 11th and having that earlier crash. Had to use a fast repair. Had to use another fast repair after another, not his fault, but being involved in another crash. And he's battling with the best of them right now. That's the 77 of Kyle Carpenter.
You know, and I think that's simply a matter of understanding what the car's limits. Once you've taxed it, once you've taken it all the way out to the limit that it can go, then that's when you really see, that's when you really, see what you can do with the car. You've forced it, everything out of it. Now you can start having fun with it. Now that you know the limitations, you can race smart and you can race your way in. Just because you have to use a quick repair or both early doesn't mean you're out of the race. And we're seeing that great move out of the 55 of Joe Ogle right now.
I'm sure these drivers are as happy as us in chat to have some green flag racing, because as you know, Jeff, you can't get into a groove if you just keep getting cautioned. So it seems like these guys are actually able to get into a rhythm now, getting some green flag races, and we are officially halfway through our 200 lap race here at Dover.
You said it just right. And you can't get the feel for the momentum of how you're gonna race. But on top of that, you can't really feel out how the tire wear is happening. With this car and this track combo, if they showed up late, they didn't get enough practice time in, they're not going to know what to expect.
And at a track like this, you can never practice enough. You can never run too many laps on this track. You can never, do that, because you always want to know what to do in every situation. You want to know how to react whenever anything happens. As we run along the 43 now of Joel Brown, that Garnier Fruttisa Ford Mustang, as we run along that with that one, you can never run too many laps here. You have to know what to do in every situation. You have to be prepared, because this track is unforgiving. It will chew your tires up. It will test everything you have in you. And if you don't figure out a way to work this track and make it work for you, the monster will eat you. You want to be friends with the monster.
Jonathan Orendorff giving up that position there to the 26 of Guzman, and Guzman just having a great run. He takes that position away. That'll put Zachary Guzman in the 9th position into the top 10. Having a great run today.
Hang on a second here. Jason Lance has taken down that gap between him and Fodorero by 1.2 seconds. So he is actually closing that gap. So I don't know if Lance has been saving more tires, or if Fodorero just, that's why he was out there for so long. But yeah, that's a little interesting story developing.
Yeah, and he's continuing to do it. I'm watching from the blimp can here how they're making those lines, but it looks like the 86, I think he just has more tire than the 67 right now.
Yeah, must be. So you can see little bit of different strategies there. Fodorero just putting pedal to the metal, just saying, whatever, I'll burn it up, just try and get out front as fast as I can, and then hopefully I can defend later on. And Lance saying, you know what, I got some tires, I'll come back for you. So that's cool how we're seeing that happen. You're actively seeing the tire fall off right now between these top two positions.
It's that, or Fodorero knows he needs to save.
I mean, like I said at the beginning of the race, this race will be won or lost on pit road. This race will absolutely be decided by how you manage your car, how you manage your tires, and how you are able to race out here. If you burn stuff up early, you're gonna have a hard time fighting off everyone behind you. If you save too late, you're gonna fall way back out there and put it together. And so really, it's all about making the right moves in order to keep everything going forward, keep everything going the right way, and ultimately, at the end of the day, being able to manage this race from start to finish.
And man, it's got to be
desktop audio there.
It's got to be so. It's got to be so frustrating right now. The 67 doing everything he can to hold the 86 off. He knows he's coming. You can see it, but you can't change how you've been driving. You've been doing a great job doing what you're doing, but the 86 of Lance has just found more speed, or has that little bit more tire, or the 67 is holding back. It's anybody's guess right now, because they may think this will go green longer, so they need to plan for a green flag stop.
And everybody on the same tire. Looks like Joe Ogle put it into the wall just recently. He's going to be on pit road and getting his tires changed.
Unfortunate for that 55 as he was doing such an incredible job today. But you know what? He's going to have the freshest tires out there, and this might work out in his favor if they get to late caution.
And again, that is just a product of mismanagement. That is a product of overdriving the car,
Whoa.
Especially as tires wore down and we have problems.
Yeah, the 67 completely loose off of turn 2 there, and that's now going to increase that gap. Sorry, decrease that gap. I always screw that up. Decrease that gap between Lance and Favignano. It's just at half there, but we're seeing the 67 struggling with his car off of turn 2 here.
Yeah, he definitely burned up his tires there. As you can see, that gap is decreasing.
Also, it's flow time.
It's flow time. That's right. It is flow time because Joel Brown is back up to 5th place, and he is trying to catch Charles Gray.
Can we pull that picture up, Jeff, that we have? I just want to see that beautiful flowing locks of the driver of the Garnier Frutis Ford Mustang. That man is a beautiful man, let me tell you.
Talking about Joel Brown?
Joel Brown. He is a beautiful man. Look at that. I want to play with his hair. I want to run my fingers through his luscious locks that he washes with that Garnier Frutis night after night. I am jealous. I am jealous I can't grow locks like that.
I'm gonna laugh if he cut it like 3 weeks ago and just never updated his picture because he doesn't want to break it to us.
He doesn't want to break it to us.
He doesn't want to break our hearts.
Break it to me gently. Yeah, I'm watching this right here, still staying about the same here. So it's possible that the 67 of Favignano knows that he needs to save some tire for this run here, and that's the reason why he's maintaining that gap right now. And he's actually starting to pull away from the 86 a little bit more. And that is a classic Favignano. And the reason why I say that is because he knows how to save tire. So he's going to try to make the 86 burn his stuff up to catch him and then start taking off again. I think that's what's happening right now. We're seeing that changeover.
Oh, man, just back here, Jeff, Robert Bearder, the 4 car into the wall as he loses 2 positions there, and he's very slow. I'm not sure if he has any damage on that four-mobile. I think he does, because he looks like he's bringing it down to pits.
Yeah, he smacked that right side wall. You can see probably a tow link. Something's down there on the right front. You see the damage, and it's just sparking like crazy. So he's going to have to nurse that thing all the way back around. Really tough break for him after running so well. That's the 05 of Clayton Cyrus going down a lap.
We saw that on Monday night. Lap cars given a lot of respect out there for the rest of the field, and they've been able to move over and give some space.
Joel Brown and Kyle Carpenter, they were battling there, and then Joel Brown had a huge moment there and had to gather it up and lost a ton of position on the 77.
Oh, the 74 into the wall. They're wrecking. 74 into the wall. Gould and Reno, and I believe that's Cleveland.
Tough break.
Caution will fly, and we're going to back it up and find out what just happened here. It looks like it all happened, all that drama, right off of turn number 2, as we would expect. It was the 74 and the 97 of Beaver. You see right here, Beaver above the track. 74 is already loose. Nothing that 97 did wrong there. Just got loose there. Comes down right across the nose of the 14 of Gould. And had some help with the 11. Well, the 11 did a good job of hitting the brakes and trying to keep his nose clean, and that's exactly what he did there. And here's some almost ARCA brake action. Nope, the 22 gets into the 14. But the 20 of Orendorff got around that mess. Now, everybody's going to come down pit road. Tony?
Yep, I bet we're going to see absolutely everybody coming down pit road here. We've been, I don't know how many laps we got on this run. It's definitely time for some new tires. We've got 7 sets waiting in the pit, so everybody's going to come take them.
42 laps, Tony, on those tires.
And if I'm right, this is gonna be set number 3 that they're taking. Between set number 3 and 4, right?
That would be correct.
That's what I thought, as it's going to be Favignano leading everybody down to pit road. Lance is coming down as well. And let's see who else is going to join them. Yep, the rest of the field coming to the attention of their crew. Get 4 brand new horseshoes and a full bale of hay in that car, getting them ready to go back racing.
Nothing like some fresh rubbers, hey Joe.
Look, all I'm saying is you can never go wrong running fresh rubber.
Well, they're getting them.
They are absolutely going to get 4 brand new rubbers underneath them. Let's go ahead and follow along with your pole sitter. That's the number 86 of Jason Lance. He's going to get the left side, the right sides up. It will be at least 2 brand new Goodyear Eagles on that side. Will it be a full 4-tire stop? It will. Yes, it will be. Looks like a little delay there as when Favignano has a little bit faster stop. He will get down and away first. And as they come in 1-2, they will leave 1-2. SMS comes out third.
Look at that 81 of Brandon Buggs. What a stop there right now. And that track position is going to put him in a good spot. Top 10.
What an up and down night he has had. Just a roller coaster of
That's usually how his races go, though.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? He always gets so down when it happens. He's like, oh, this race is over. Oh, man, this is done. That's my race. And then he ends up like in the top 5 position. Never count out the 81. As much as he gets as a Debbie Downer, he always sticks it out.
More drivers on pit road as they were a lap down and they have to come down this time by. So right now we currently have 12 cars on the lead lap, and the tail of that is Jeffrey Spell. So look around the 13 to 70 Rick Evans. They're going to be fighting for those spots. Was that the 70 just got in the wall under caution?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Back up front, it's been the Leonard Favignano show, but here you go. Here's the 4 of Bearder. Couldn't have come at at a better time, I suppose, because Robert Bearder right now scored 15th, 2 laps down. He's going to get one of those back.
Yeah, that's going to really super piss him off.
What's the name of this? The Monster Mash? You know, I'm just going to do it. The Monster Mash 200. That's what we're going to call it.
We had another car clip the tires on the way into the pits again tonight. The 05 on this pit stop clipped those tires on his way in.
Oh, really?
Which
those
car
barrels, I'm sorry.
We hit the barrels, similar to what we saw on Monday from Nick Sargent that ended my my night. It would be the 05 of Clayton Cyrus, you're saying?
05, yes.
And he's down and away. Got into the barrels, so yeah, he'll have to use a faster pair there. He still has 1 left. So,
folks, while we're at a break, now would be a great time to take a break yourself. Go grab some gamer sups. Give yourself a Hebrew National hot dog, maybe a cold beer, and just enjoy the rest of the race out here. Just enjoy the rest of this show these guys are putting together. We're going to go back to Green Flag Racing here in about a lap, and it will be Favignano once again leading this field all the way through. But the question I have, who is going to play puck in this group? Who is going to be the spoiler, the Drakish knave, who ultimately could spoil everybody's night out here? A lot of great drivers up front, like Charles Gray, like Joel Brown, Kyle Carpenter. All of them could easily play spoiler.
Checks in the mail, Joe. Thanks for that.
I gotta get paid somehow.
Sponsorship.
This hot dog and a handshake deal just ain't working for me.
imagine that. Well, things are heated up now. Everybody's got fresh tires, and this is going to be one heck of a restart. Guys are running out of time, and they know it. So expect craziness out of this restart. The 67 of Favignano is your control car, waiting for the Geico restart zone, and they are in it. Green flag in the air.
Favignano wastes no time. He hit that Geico restart zone, and he hit the loud pedal. But back here, Charles Gray with a great run there, all the way to the back bumper of the 88 as he secures that P3 spot. But look behind Jason Lance there. We got Joel Brown and Kyle Carpenter duking it out for that hotly contested top 5 spot.
He is absolutely driving hard tonight. One might say he's driving like a shrewd and knavish sprite along the field here. And if anyone could play spoiler, if anyone could absolutely mess up the best laid plans of mice and men out here, and I am talking about Graham, Sargent, and Bugs, it may be Charles Gray. He's run strong all year. He's been able to work hard and work his way up to the field. An incredible driver who's really showing off what he's learned in the OCRP iRacing League.
See how much quicker Graham is picking up the throttle there than the 87, and that's the difference we're seeing in speed right there, is he's able to pull away from him a little bit there. Graham knows it's time to go, and he's got to do everything he can to try to catch Favignano right now. The Favignano having that, that advantage on the Geico restart zone, and it worked out really well for him. He's pulled away to 1.6 seconds already.
Went back to P6, 7, and 8 there, Jeff. They're pretty close here. Look at this battle brewing here between the 77, Orendorf, and the 81. As the 81 almost gets into the back bumper of Orendorf as they stack up here. Orendorf taking that bottom line as Joel Brown losing some speed and some positions here. Not sure if that car's getting a little tight there, but Joel Brown all the way down to 8th place as Bugs, Orendorf, and Carpenter take advantage.
Smart plays will rule the day. Remember, this is nothing more than chess at 180 miles per hour. You're always thinking about what the guy in front of you is going to do. You're always thinking what the guy behind you is going to do. You're always thinking about what's happening, what's going to go on, and ultimately how you're going to be able to take advantage of somebody's mistake. And, it will happen. That's, I think, the joy of being one of these cars and one of these drivers. You have to think very quickly about how you're going to take advantage of the person in front of you's mistake, and then more importantly, how you're going to keep them behind you.
I see that the 81 still in that conservation mode, keeping that wheel just barely turning on the left-hand side. Let's ride on board with Favignano, see what he's seeing. And the difference in the attack on the corner, look at that. I mean, he's barely moving that thing and getting to the throttle a lot quicker than those guys. Which it means he's using those tires up.
Just see how fast Favignano is attacking these corners on those fresher tires. And these things, this track, it's a mile track, but it's fast. Like you're off the throttle for just a little bit as you get around these corners here, because you're in the throttle quite often in the middle and coming out of it. So like this is a incredibly fast track and a ton of fun to drive, and you're seeing it here with Wes Graham.
Yeah, he was running the middle lane there, just about a half a lane off the bottom that we saw the 67 running.
Around, as you both noted, as it looks like we have more problems with the 55 machine, he's going to pull off, and that could be his night. He might have blown an engine down there, and if so, it is not in a good way. So we keep an eye on him and see if he is done. What I was going to say, though, is you guys are absolutely right. This is a very fun track. It's a lot of fun to race. It's a lot of fun to attend a race at, but this track is also treacherous because it lulls you into that sense of security. Once you have a groove going, once you understand the track, it lulls you in. And all it takes is one wrong move. All it takes is one shift, and, next thing you know, you're gone, So you have to be vigilant at this track. The harder you run those tires, the harder you run that rubber, the slicker it gets. Let's just be honest about it. And the slicker it gets out here, the more you're fighting to keep control and not blow it all over.
Look at this 81 car here, Jeff. He has made it all the way up to 6th place, and he's going to be battling for that 5th spot of Orendorf as he's quickly gaining ground and getting on this back bumper of him. I'd say this is going to be our closest battle on track right now.
You see the 20 picked up the throttle just a little earlier than the 81. That's why he's able to maintain that. You see the momentum he had off the corner right here. Let's see how he gets into 3 here. And Orendorf knows that the 81's coming, and he needs to do everything he can to try to hold him off and force him into burning up that right front tire.
Bugs is the king of putting his bumper in your rear view mirror, especially if he sees you struggling. He just puts, like, look how close he's gonna get. He's gonna say, hey, I'm right here. Make a mistake. There it is, right there. And Bugs takes advantage, and he's gonna go to the bottom line as Orndorff goes wide, loses a ton of speed, and Joel Brown is gonna take advantage of that as well.
See, Ryan, that is exactly why you always want fresh rubbers. You never want to ram the rear without fresh rubbers.
Okay.
Didn't you miss this, Ryan? Didn't you miss this intellectual back and forth we've always used to have?
I need a beer.
Yeah, you do.
I need a beer. I have, Joe. I missed it. It's good to have you back in the booth, buddy.
It's good to be home, guys. It's definitely good to be home.
So right now we're going to be wrapping up lap 139, so 140. So that's going to be what? I give up.
Do we need a moment? Do we need a moment to
I
compose
give
ourselves
60,
here?
what, 60 laps? 60 laps to go.
61 laps to go.
It will be 61. Yeah, 61 laps to go. And I'm just watching here, and this is going to be between the 67 and 88 and how they can manage their tires because there's that much racing left to go. That's what I meant to say.
It's been a long day, man. Jeff has been moving today, threw out his back. I worked today. Joe's been slamming hot dogs. It's been a long day, so we're trying to hold it together for you guys.
You say I've been slamming hot dogs like it's a bad thing.
I'm not.
But at least my rubbers are always fresh, never frozen.
Incoming Wendy's lawsuit. All right, let's talk about racing. 77, a Carpenter here. He is in position number 4.
Yeah, doing a really good job right now, managing the tires, managing speed, maintaining the gap, and we haven't seen a whole lot change here between the top 4. But Joel Brown's trying to work on that 81.
Joel Brown, the sexiest man on server, trying to work all over the back of Bay Area Bugs, but Bugs is a crafty driver. And something we've learned about Bugs over the years is that the more furious he is with the car, the better he's going to drive with it. But now he's dropping down. He's dropping behind those 2 cars. I don't know if he's thinking about coming down pit road and maybe making a play for tires at the end of this race. I'm not sure what's going on there, but Bugs is... This may be a strategy move, or he may not be very happy at all with that car. It's hard to say.
I think he had a big moment off of turn 4 there and just tried to gather it up and lost all that momentum. More than likely. All we can do now is just keep an eye on those timing screens.
Joel Brown and Kyle Carpenter. I think Brown just made the pass on Carpenter there, Jeff.
So Joel Brown on a tear right now. A lot of speed in the car. After starting 20th, he has found himself to the top 5 in the 4th position.
These lap cars back here, I'm just kind of watching them. They are struggling with the car. You got Jeffrey Spells, Steinhoff, and Beaver. I'm seeing a lot of movement, a lot of wiggling going on. And it just gets me a little nervous for when those leaders are going to be coming around and passing this backfield.
Yeah, if we have a look.
Traffic. I'm about to say, Jeff, lap traffic is always a challenge, no matter where you go, no matter what track you're at, because they can absolutely, they can either get out of your way and help you just keep running your groove, or they can slow you down and create rolling chicanes on the track. If it's the latter of the two, that's definitely not a place you want to be in, and that can definitely hurt you down the line. So, I don't know. It's always a dice roll when you get to those lap cars, and when you get there, we'll just have to see where they go and how they want to run this race.
Lap times haven't changed too much. So last time by, the 67 ran a 25.127. Good number. But the fastest car right now is Wes Graham. He ran a 25 flat there, which Fodero just did to his 115. So they're very close in times.
127, thank you for your service.
Charles Gray is there.
Charles Gray has had a great race tonight. He's been up front, P's2, P3. He's staying there. He is showing that he is fast. He is a name to contend with. And in fact, remind me, but he's in shot for some good points coming down to this last race, is he not?
Looking right now. I don't believe so.
Oh no, he wasn't in the mix?
No.
I thought he was in the mix. Okay.
No, he hasn't had a season he's wanted.
Charles
Well,
Gray
never mind
currently sitting in 14th in points. Only had 9 starts on the season, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s. So although he's out of the points running for this race, he's got a lot to be proud of. He's really grown as a driver. He's grown as an individual. And, you know, it's really been fun to see his progression through the OCRP iRacing League. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm very happy to see him running top 3 tonight.
I know this one for sure is going for points, and that is Wes Graham. And he is quite comfortable to be in P2. And he's showing Mr. Consistency tonight.
I will say, Ryan, right now he's got the most to gain on this field. Even if Favignano wins, Graham should easily hold the points lead, and he's got quite a lead over Sargent and Bugs in 6th, Sargent in 9th. So this could be a really good night for him. Not quite enough to clinch the championship, but enough where he can go into Charlotte next week and be a lot more relaxed about what he's going to do on the track.
Gotcha. So it's between Graham, Bugs, and Sargent, if I'm hearing correctly.
Yes.
If Favignano wins tonight, it will be his 7th win on the season. But as we learned last week, when we saw the points come down, he is still 67 behind Wes Graham. So even if let's say the race ends now, let's say we cut it off here, we stop the count, everything's over, lap 154, Favignano would pick up points, but Graham being in 2nd would still retain the lead. And again, with Bugs in 6th and Sargent in 9th, it won't be enough to clinch, but Graham will be very comfortable even if Favignano wins tonight.
Just hearing from our race control Tonys that's saying the 97 car of Aaron Beaver just ate the barrels near pit entry there. So I believe he is parked. Not sure for good. He's getting his blinking. Nope, that's just Beaver connection.
Yeah. McDonald's Wi-Fi hitting it up.
Yep. That is Nick Gould. I believe he is a lapped car. That is not for position, but Favignano 2.2 seconds ahead of Wes Graham.
I think the only thing that could be I've got a feeling there will probably be one more round of pit stops somewhere in this green flag run. Even with less than 50 to go, these guys may want to come down to pit road, get those 4 new brand new Goodyear virtual Eagles underneath them, just to make sure they have enough to run this race. Fuel's not an issue, but tires I think will be. And if we see that could be Graham's saving grace. If we see a caution flag, that could be Graham's saving grace. Everybody's looking at the 67 U.S. Army Chevrolet Camaro Favignano and trying to figure out what he's going to do, because the rest of the field and all their plans will be predicated on the 67 and how he runs.
Riding on board here with Charles Gray, because he's been seeing a lot of the back bumper of that West the Mess machine. He knows what Twitch he's on. He's read that bumper sticker many times tonight. If you can't read it, that's twitch.tv/WestTheMess88. Chuck him a follow.
Chuck him 2 follows. Chuck him all the follows. In fact, go follow his channel instead of twitch.tv/Joe Cortez Show, because West MS is way more consistent and arguably better looking. But hey, even if you're not better looking and you're caught in that clinch moment, Keeps.com, or no, I'm sorry, not Keeps.com, Roman. can help you make sure you stay strong in the moment and are able to finish strong. Not a sponsor of the show, just happen to be a fan of their products. And that's why I'm rooting for Wes Graham right now. I want him to have that big finish. I want him to have that strong, hard finish out here on the field.
Joe reading chat, getting suggestions. I see what you're doing.
Yep.
I am a man of the people.
Let's go.
What can I say?
Let's go.
Oh, the 88 had a big bobble off of turn 2. That opens the door for the 87. He'll try to take that, and I think it won't be a problem for him. Good hard race between these two drivers.
Oh, Jason Lance is going to be taking advantage of this right now.
Oh, it's exactly what he wants to see right now.
Oh, he loves that.
And
See with Joel Brown.
Yep.
Joel Brown.
Have to be patient with that throttle, and he knows it. He's just letting these two burn their stuff up and race each other as hard as possible because he knows that can be an easy spot for him. And if a late race caution comes out, well, it's going to put him in a good spot.
Charles Gray's got to decide, is this worth it? Am I going to actually pass him or not? Because you can see how squirrely he's getting down there on that bottom line, and it's just going to eat up more and more of your tire, but he's still fighting for it. I love to see it. He's saying, no, I want this P2, because I think, we're coming down to the last 155 laps. What is it, Jeff? What's the math of 35 laps?
I believe
tonight?
so.
35 laps left, so he's saying, no, this position matters, and I'm going to stay down here. This is going to be worth it. Same with Jason Lance. Jason Lance sticking his nose in there.
Joel Brown is up in the mix as well, and he's doing the same thing. The 86 is just kind of waiting it out. The 88 is falling back a little bit after racing that 87, and now they're going to deal with lap traffic. I believe that is the 70 car. There might be the 05. It's like the 70 car.
So you ride on the 43 of Brown, currently running 5th. He's got quite the talent in front of him as we start running into left traffic and problems.
Wow.
The 86 straight into the wall. Big jump as we go to caution.
Ooh.
We saw what happened there. That was lap traffic getting in the way. Got tight, went right up into these guys. Let's see what happens right here. You see the 70 just misses the corner there, comes up. Net code's the 86. 86 over to 43. The 88 of Graham hanging on to it here. The best he can as those two are wrecking back there. A lot of damage to the 86 and 43. What a save by the 88. He gets it going straight again. But here it is right here in real time. You see how crazy this was.
Almost looks like he got a little net coated there. I don't
Save
know why he got
of
loose.
the night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great save.
Right here, watch this. There's the contact. Watch that 88 sideways, drifts it. Gets it going straight again. Let's ride on board with that 88 because, man, I'm sure he did not expect that to happen.
What?
He did not expect that to happen, but look at this. Look at how talented he is, able to adjust right there on the fly. Turns it quick to the right and then back to the left. Very little damage on that Toyota Camry, and he is still challenging for the lead. That is your Allstate Good Hands save of the night, brought to you by Geico. Someone's going to pay me. I don't know who, but somebody's going to pay me before the night's over.
Well, absolute heartbreak for the 86 and 43 car. They were having such a great battle and race up front, and it's not over yet, but it does suck to see him get such hard damage there.
All right, let's talk
yeah.
pit stops, Tony. Yeah, I think we missed them.
Yeah, we did, but you know what happened. Everybody came down, got 4 fresh ones, and off we go.
And looking at the drivers that came off of pit road, it's Favignano, Gray, Graham, and Bugs in 4th, and then Kyle Carpenter in 5th. 6th, Sargent. Then we have Reno up in the top 10. Zachary Guzman still having a good night. P8, Jonathan Orndorff in 9th, and then Jeffrey Spells up in the top 10.
The 43 car parked it after that accident. 86 got it going, got some repairs. He's back out on the track now.
Well, that was very unfortunate.
Oh,
Jason
no
Lance.
time.
Oh, okay. Damn. That
Oh, no,
sucks.
sorry, the 43.
43 Joel Brown parked it.
So that'll put Bearder in the position for the lucky dog, and he will get it back, I think, or it might be a, it's between him and the 70. But I believe he will be the wave around here. Well, this is what we were talking about, you know. That late race caution when it comes, and it did. It's going to change up everything in this race. We see guys that want to have a good points day and don't count out that 48 of Nick Sargent. He's currently running 6th. He's had a heck of a day himself. Started 7th, and he's in 6th right now. But he was back in 10th. Just kind of staying right there where he needs to be. No mistakes. He's used one fast repair. And right now looking for a good points day as well.
If you're in the top 3 in points right now, you are looking for this caution was probably the best thing that could happen to you. You get relined up. You've got brand new Goodyear Virtual Eagles underneath you, which is arguably the most important part of your race car right now. And, you know, and this gives you that opportunity to make one last big push towards the front and ultimately challenge for the win, if not scare Wes enough to pick up some points on him going into Charlotte. So right now, if you're Brandon Buggs, if you're Nick Sargent, this is exactly what you needed. If you're Leonard Fodorero, that's actually okay. That's even better too, because he doesn't have to fight. He just has to watch everyone else fight behind him. For Wes the Mess, though, he's got to have the best 29 laps of his career right now to make sure he can go into Charlotte with a very comfortable lead.
That pace car is going to be coming off soon. The lights are off on it. We're going to be back green flag with 29 laps remaining.
Let's keep an eye on both lanes here, see which one gets going first. 67, the control car. Waiting almost to that Geico restart zone. Here they come.
Green, green, green.
And green flag in the air.
Green flag flies one more time over Dover International Speedway, and Fodorero off like a shot, and everybody else now scrambling for position behind him. Wes holding up Charles Gray and Brandon Buggs. Can he hold them off to have a good points night? That is yet to be seen going into 3 and 4.
Good battles here between the 81, 88, 77, and 48 there as they fall into single file, but I don't think they're going to remain there. As 77 gets into the wall a little bit, he goes down low on the 81. 77 trying to make a move for that P5 spot. Bugs on the radio is going, hey, we're supposed to be buddies. What are you doing? I can hear him chatting.
At this juncture, there are no more buddies. There are no more friends. You just go, you put the hammer down, you turn it left, and and the chips will fall wherever they may. Fodorero may run away with this race with 27 laps still left to go, 26 when we hit the start-finish line. But really, I think the biggest battle right now is between Graham, Buggs, and Sargent, who are now 3rd, 5th, and 6th, respectively.
Yep, if we had a graphic, we would show it to you to let you know who is where they are in points. But yeah, Graham, Buggs, and Sargent are the ones to keep an eye on for that championship, and that's the reason why we're talking about them here in 3, 5th, and 3rd, 5th, and 6th. There we go, not 3. 3 isn't, well, it's a number, but it's not a position, whatever.
Jeff, 30 points is what separates those 3 drivers. Graham has a 4-point lead over, or 26-point lead over Nick Sargent, and a 30-point lead over Buggs. But again, if you're not comfortable with a 30-point lead going into the last race of the season, if you DNF, that could ruin your entire championship night. No, so this is the worst thing Graham could have happen to him. This is absolutely the worst possible situation Graham could be in, with Bugs and Sargent right behind him. It does create a three-way, maybe even a four-way battle going into Charlotte. But again, a caution flag could change everything.
When you said 30 points, I thought you meant from Gryffindor.
I got nothing. Well done, Jeff. You've disarmed me. You have successfully cast the Expelliarmus on me. 30 points to twitch.tv/jfavignano.
Side by side, Jason Lance trying to make up as much ground as possible here after that late race incident.
Bugs up to fourth place. I know we were talking there, but he was able to make the pass on Carpenter and Sargent. He is up to, Sargent was able to pass Carpenter as well. So Carpenter down to sixth, Bugs up to fourth, and look who's in front of him. Wes Graham, as Joe was saying, this is for points. So this is going to be your battle right now. That is very important.
Yeah, and if I am Wes Graham right now, this is absolutely the worst case scenario for me. Because if, again, let's say the race ends right now. Let's say every other car blows up and the race is over, and it ends up like this. Then Graham only picks up, what, a point on Bugs and 2 on Sargent? And now you've got Favignano getting bonus points for winning. This is absolutely his nightmare. This is the clown show he was trying to avoid, guys. And if Bugs passes him, then Bugs is gonna pick up even more points. He's gonna be in second, could be in second coming into Charlotte next week.
It's just so tight in points, and yeah, every single one of them matters, and so does the finishing position. And we still got a little bit of racing to go.
On board with Wes Graham, as you see the 81 of Brandon Bugs all over the back bumper of that machine. Bugs is no stranger to using the chrome horn to get around people, to get around everybody on the track. And although he has respect for Graham, I think he would equally respectfully give him just enough of a shove to get him out of the way and pick up some well-needed points on Wes Graham. Meanwhile, Favignano has checked out on the rest of the field, putting a time zone between him, Charles Gray, and others, almost 3 seconds now on everybody else.
You see how tight this battle is for third place between Graham and Bugs. And I think it's a little too early yet to be using those chrome horns, and Bugs isn't one to normally do that as much as he would love to, as much as he threatens people when he's not talking to them. He's like, I'm gonna turn you. He never does. He knows it's just a for fun league, and Bugs is a pretty clean racer. All these guys are very, very clean and respectful to each other. Nobody usually turns one another intentionally.
That is true. I'm watching here with the 81 between these two lines. I'm seeing the 81's run a little higher than the 88. The 88's getting more of a late entry than the 81 is, and that's the difference you're seeing in the speed. But it's very, very close. Sometimes the 88 will make a mistake, and that's when the 81 capitalizes on it. You see the jump. But outside of that, Wes is doing much more of a diamond than the 81 is. 81's just able to get into the corner a lot harder.
It's going to come down to who's got more tire at the end. Did the 81 use more, making those passes back there? We saw him battling with Carpenter and Sargent back there, trying to make his way up to the front. So did he use too much tire? I don't know. But how about Jason Lance up to fifth place? He is on a tear. Good shot there, Jeff.
Yeah, I was seeing him battle in the 77 there, and it wasn't much of a battle. He was able to get right by him really quick.
And he's going to be working on that 81 car.
The 86 was one of the ones that had that damage. Had to come down pit road, get it fixed. Nothing new to that, but the biggest thing right now is look at the difference in lines, and we'll wait for him to make the pass before we actually continue it. But they're side by side right now for the position. And we'll see how different it is.
So, Jeff, I'm just looking at fast repairs right now. Favignano has taken both of his fast repairs. Did not expect that to happen because he has not been involved in anything. So I believe Jeff Favignano and then leave it checked. Must have.
Yeah, I think he did. I was gonna say the 74 of Steinhoff is off the track as well. He's called it quits.
But then you got Graham, Lance, Bugs, Carpenter, Sargent have all used only one. Charles Gray hasn't used any. So if we're coming down to some yellows here, some cautions, that's kind of how everyone stacks up with if they get involved in anything.
And now the 77 has found his way to the back bumper of the 81, making quick time. And I think it's just a difference between tire conservation. The 81 really loose off of 4. And I see a bunch of smoke on pit road. We have a car on pit road. I think that might be the 97 of Aaron Beaver. Nope, he's coming down pit road right now. It's a different car.
I think that's Gould down there grilling up some hot dogs.
There you go.
Got the Hebrew Nationals waiting for the after party here, and I am ready. I'll be ready for a big I'll be ready for some hot dogs when Nick Gould gets some grilling. Favignano still leading the pack, but his lead is being cut down with 8 laps to go. Gray 1.14 seconds cut the lead almost in half, and now it could make for a very interesting race as Favignano continues to lose time. Something may be wrong with that 67.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think he might have just burned his tires up, and the 87 did a better job. You can see the difference here in the gap and just see how quickly he's closing in on him here. And he needs to go now because he's out of time. It's going to be 5 to go this time at the line, and Gray is trying to get there.
6 laps to go at this juncture. It's still Favignano may have just gone too far, too hard, too fast. And you all know what happens with rubbers when you go too hard, too fast. It doesn't end well for anybody. And it may not end well for Favignano as Charles Gray looking for his first win. It would be an incredible upset if he's able to upset Favignano. But in 5 laps, we'll find out the answer.
Yeah, he's definitely closing in on him very quickly. This is exactly what the 87 wants, but the 67 might be trying to fall back a little bit to burn up the 87. We saw him do that earlier with Lance. He might try it again.
Ooh, he's got some speed on him, though, as Charles Gray gets to that back bumper of Favignano. Woohoo, we're coming. This is going to be good all the way till the end here. Chuck E. Cheese, he's out of the ball pit, ready to fight.
And here he comes. He's going to give a little bit of a shot to him.
Shot in the shorts with 4 to go, 3 to go when we get back to the line. Favignano's going to have to do everything he can to fight off that faster machine. Another shot to the back. That could, he is throwing blows right now, and he is not to be trifled with. Lots of hullabaloo on the track right now.
I think Gray just knows he's out of time. He's got to do something here. He's got to try to get that 67 loose so he can get underneath him. A good old-fashioned bump and run here. It could happen. But that's really the only thing the 87 could do, but we were talking about it. I think the 67 knows that the 87 was coming and wanted to back off a little bit to try to make that 87 burn his tires off these last laps. Great racing right here between these two drivers. 87 doing everything he can to get around the 67. He's there again, gives him a shot.
Doing a lot of rear view mirror driving, doing everything he can to block the Chuck E. Cheese machine of Charles Gray, of Chuck E. Cheese himself. White flag, 1 to go, brought to you by Thrustmaster, a legitimate sponsor of twitch.tv/jfavignano. And Gray wants a checkered all to himself.
You got to be careful here. You give him too much of a shove. That 67's going to remember it. He's going to turn him. The 87 turns to 67 for the win. Hard crash with a 67, the 88. Charles Gray not afraid to use the bumper on the 67. He was getting blocked, and he said, no more. Charles Gray will win at Dover.
What an incredible finish. Let's see where the rest of the points winners or leaders will finish. Graham unofficially second, Bugs unofficially fourth, Sargent unofficially sixth, and now Wes, the mess, gets into the back of Charles Gray. What is going on the track?
To me, it looked like the 87 just got tired of being blocked there. He had speed on him. I mean, but the 67 did everything he could, as well. But we're going to watch it back. I mean, that was really, really intense there, those last couple laps. But the move was right here.
So, update for you, everyone in chat. Put your pitchforks down. Charles Gray, in the middle of that move, was going, oh, God, I am so sorry. That is no way how I want to win a race. He was immediately apologizing while driving. They're still talking about it right now. And Favignano had said, you know what? That was fun. Not even mad. That was a good race.
There you go.
So no harm, no foul. And congratulations to Charles Gray.
Yeah, it just goes to show these guys have a lot of respect for each other, and they understand it was a lot of fun. Made it real interesting at the end there. And that's just, that's what happens. You get into the corner a lot too much. He was giving bumps saying, hey, man, I'm here. And the 67 did a good job of blocking him there for a while. But sometimes, you're going for it. Your adrenaline's going. You get into the side, you get the back of him a little too hard, and he goes around. That's typical racing. But the difference is, and I think Favignano knows this, is that if he wasn't in that position, it wouldn't have happened anyway. So, the 87 was there.
No, the 87 was there, and even if I'm Charles Gray right now, yeah, you don't want to win like that. But in this league, that is an incredible finish. That is an incredible way to pick up, and that's an incredible story for picking up your first win in the OCRP iRacing League. Lots of respect for these guys. You love to see it. That was an incredible. That was an ESPN instant classic, if I say so myself. And guys, you couldn't ask for a better finish, a better race going into the championship week next week.
Well, I gotta say, the 87 Charles Gray, he's not new to the finish line in getting a win in this league per se. He has won in previous seasons. One of the ones that come to mind is Bristol, but I thought he had a win this season. Did he not? I could be wrong about that one. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I'm checking right now.
Okay, yeah, but I know that's the case. But he almost just quit the league. Hey, I don't know if this is working anymore. And then he came back and wanted to have some fun, and it really shows. You can see the difference there. I mean, these last couple weeks, he's been really strong. So I'm not surprised that he would get the win like he did tonight.
So Charles Gray unofficially as of the end of tonight will have 10 starts out of 11, 10 races counted out of 11, 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and will be able to put a number 1, a check mark in that win column, and he will be in very rare air with Wes Graham, Brandon Buggs, Leonard Favignano, and Dylan Macedo as winners in Season 10.
There you have it. We're going to go talk to the drivers right now in just a few moments. We'll be right back. And what an incredible finish to this race. Well, we're going to catch up with Chuck here. Charles Gray gets the win done. Tell us about those last laps. How are you able to catch the 67? And then the ultimate shot there to the back of him. It didn't look like it was intentional, but it was just hard racing.
Jeff, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Check it. Try this again. Charles Gray getting the win done here. Charles, let's talk about those last few laps. How were you able to catch the 67? And then once you were there, gave him a couple shots, tried to, keep him from blocking you there at the end. And then the final shot there spun him around. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the final shot definitely 100% in the corner was not intentional. I thought maybe I had a little bit of a run, had the line, and I'll have to go back and watch a replay. I don't know if I came up into him a little bit or what happened, but I didn't want to win that way. Like the first win of the season, I want to, want to make every win clean, and this is no exception to that. So, Leo, again, man, I know we talked on the radio a little bit, but I'm really sorry about winning it that way and bumping you like that, man. But the last few laps were a blast. I was shaking, my heart was pounding that whole time. I noticed Leo was kind of taking the low line for the most part, all the way around, and throughout the run I tried to stay up high and conserve tires and kind of dime in the corner and get a better run out, so I wasn't tearing up the right front so much coming out of the corner, and I think that really helped on the long run. But tires are really important here, so I went into the race hoping to hopefully save some, and looks like I saved just enough to win. It was a fun battle in West, and it was a great race, guys.
There you go. He started third and gets the win done there with a little bit of an upset. And moving on, the second driver I want to talk to is Wes. Wes, what an incredible race. Talk about coming in to this race with not only just speed, but two, having those points. And you had to battle those guys to maintain the points lead that you have on them. Tell us about your race and how it all went down.
Oh, we didn't have any speed. Nobody had speed for that 67 tonight. Except for there at the end after he burned his stuff up, trying to get out as far as he could. But, I mean, yeah, want to apologize to Chuck about running into him there at the end. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't know what the deal was. Should have went and looked at the replay beforehand. And I did. Good hard racing, we'll call it. And move on to next week. I don't know. Admins might park me. I'm not sure. It is what it is. At this point, I don't really particularly care. But yeah, I intentionally drove through him like he did on Favignano there at the bottom. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. But it's the last lap. I get it. He's going for a win. Everybody's going for a win. These are really hard to come by. And congrats to Chuck on it. We raced hard and clean earlier in the race. Is what it is. Sucks that it kind of happened like that. I would have liked to have had a good front row seat to seeing that battle transpire through the rest of the track. But it is what it is. We move on to next week if we get to, and we'll see what goes on.
Wes Graham started fifth and will finish in the second position. Not happy about the finish. Ryan.
I want to talk to the man with the flow, Joel Brown. Joel, you had an up and down night, and unfortunately got involved in that incident there with Jason and Rick. Tell us about your race, man.
Yeah, man, we were doing pretty good. Started in the back. I try not to qualify because I'm not in points, so I don't want to screw anybody's race up at the beginning. So started back in 20th and worked our way up to 4th there. My car, the way I was driving it, I felt pretty good midway through the runs. I was just straddling the lanes 1 and 2 and then letting it float down into the end of the turn. And I was able to save tires, I think, a little bit better than I thought I was going to. But yeah, that incident there at the end was unfortunate, and I was going to have to tow and go no telling how many laps down, so I just ended up parking it since there wasn't much left in the race, and jumped into the broadcast and watched the end. It was good. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited to do Charlotte.
Well, tough luck, man. We're always rooting for you. You always got a fast car and just unfortunately get involved in some shit there. Didn't know you had to tow there. That's why you parked it.
Hey, Ryan, can I jump in and ask one question real quick?
Yeah.
Joel, all season long, we've seen this incredible photo of you with those long, beautiful flowing locks. Please tell me that's still an accurate representation of your likeness.
Oh yeah. It's still here. It ain't going nowhere.
Told you guys. Sorry, Ryan, just had to jump in and ask that because we were all speculating.
Joe with the hard-hitting questions. Actual journalism out here. Yeah, that's who I want to talk to, Jeff. I'll keep it short and sweet tonight.
All right, I appreciate that. And guys, I'm sorry we got to get out of here as soon as possible. But wow, what an incredible race! And Dover definitely put on a show. That's for certain. We appreciate it, and we'll let you guys get to it.
Where's my hot dog, Joe?
Your hot dog is send me your crypto address. You'll get your hot dog.
And we're going to go ahead and just cut it off right there. And thank all of you so much for sticking in there with us with all the problems that happened. A good amount of racing we saw there. And to me, my final thoughts on that whole thing, Ryan, is that I get how people would be upset about that move. But honestly, whenever you get into a position like that and you use the bumper a little bit on people a couple times. I mean, he gave him a couple shots earlier in the previous laps to say, "Hey, I'm here." And I don't think he was trying to wreck him. If he wanted to wreck him, he would have done it the first time. But to me, the 67 put himself in that position. He ran out of tire, and then the 87 caught him. If the 67 would have ran a little bit better on the tires, the 87 wouldn't have caught him the way he did. And the 87 did what he could do, is just try to move him a little bit, say, hey, because the 67 was blocking him no matter what. He had to. He's trying to win the race too. So I can see how it seems like it's an upset and everything else. But to me, it's just, this is no different than what we see out there in the real world.
I think the difference is like, everybody's got to remember this is for fun.
Yes.
Like there's yes, they're battling for points, but the champion doesn't get anything. This is completely for fun league. And if you guys would have heard the radio, so I went back and listened to the replay, and I heard the radio as that was happening, and Charles Gray was just so apologetic throughout the whole thing. As he was winning it, like as he was crossing the line, he was still apologizing to Favignano, saying he just feels so bad. He just felt absolutely gutted. Didn't mean to do that.
And he brought up, the fact that he was feeling, the nerves and the adrenaline was going, and that absolutely happens. And you're going to drive the car a lot different, when it comes down to that last lap. And you see the passion come through these guys sometimes, and some people may disagree with it, but I think it was just a racing incident, honestly.
Oh yeah, and Favignano got on the radio there, and he's even in chat right now saying there's no hard feelings. Like, that was a hell of a race. I had to defend there, and so, you know what? Like, let's not make mountains out of molehills.
Yes.
That was an incredible finish and incredible driving by both Favignano and Charles Gray at the end. No matter what positions they finished in, they put on a hell of a show tonight when we got some green flag racing. And this is for fun. They both had fun, and I had fun, and that's what it's about. It's
11-11. Make your wish. And Joe.
If I'm Leonard Favignano, if I was in that car tonight and I got turned on the last lap for the win, I don't know that I would be upset about that. I don't know that I'd be mad. I think if nothing else, I'd actually be laughing about it and be like, all right, you shot your shot, man. Good for you. Good win. And that's it speaks to the character of the people in this racing league. It speaks to everybody's good nature, and it speaks to what makes this league so special. So Charles, here's my closing thought to that. Charles Gray, enjoy the win, have fun with it, have a good time, and really celebrate this one. Leonard Favignano, laugh it off, and hey, we'll see you guys next week. That was a win for the ages. That was awesome, and I'm glad I got to witness it with you guys.
All right. Well, I would get you guys over to, I'm going to find somebody for you guys to go raid. I don't know if Wes would be the one that wants a raid right now. But
still hot. They're still hot. Gun's still smoking over there. So let's let that simmer.
Well, let you guys go show your love to Moonhead and Mooncar over there.
There you go.
You watched them that last time. A lot of fun over there. Go show them some love, guys. That's going to do it for us. I got to tear all this crap down and finish packing up and getting the heck on out of here. Love you all. Thank you so much for everything. Joe and Ryan, I got to run. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Good luck with the move, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll see you when you get back.
Later.